My drag name is Athena Dion. Athena was always my favorite god, goddess, whatever. Like, she was just so strong and powerful, and I wanted to be that. And it's funny because I've kind of morphed into that personality here. Before I did drag, I used to go out as a boy and I would wear like flamboyant colors, and I would wear all these necklaces and earrings, and then once I started doing drag, I just started to take a break when I didn't have it on. That was like an outlet for it. And then when I wasn't in drag, it was like, I'm dressing comfy. I kind of became more of a boy. My boy name is Stavros, very Greek name. And I was born in Tarpon Springs, Florida, which is a little Greek village, actually community, kind of like a little Havana with Cubans. Went to FIU, graduated from FIU. Did some semesters abroad as well, and then came back here and found the lovely art of drag and putting my college degree to such good use. There was a position available at a bar in Fort Lauderdale that was at Riverfront, and they had a door hostess position open. And I had never done drag before in my life. I bought some random wig and my friend did my makeup, and I went to the front door and I was like, I want the job, and I ended up getting it. My career started there in the nightlife, doing the shows on the circuit, the little gay bars. And from there, it just kind of took off. I was working so many different places, and then I started doing pageants and winning the pageants and kind of getting my name out there in the community. And then I went to Greece for the first time, where I got a residency in Mykonos in a club called Jackie O. And being Greek, it was like a dream come true. That kind of took me to another level. People kind of started to look at me in a different light. I did as well, because I went from being, you know, in my mind, like, oh, I'm just going to be a drag queen that goes from bar to bar or little gig to little gig. Now I'm like, wow, I just did this big international thing. Now I'm kind of taking my craft a little bit more seriously, and I started to polish it a little bit more. I started to like smooth out the edges and create the character of Athena and who she is and what does she do and what can she offer, and made it more of a business. I have a lot of feelings about the legislation and all the political conversations that are going on surrounding drag. You grow up gay, and yes, there's all this stigma, and yes, people don't like you, and I mean, just growing up in the closet, you kind of learn how to navigate those waters and stay away from people that are going to hurt you, or at least know how to handle it or internalize it. But I've never felt like this pressure from the actual government. And I grew up in a military family, and I'm a very proud American citizen, and we love this country. So for me to even think there's people in the hierarchy of this country that are saying these things about what I do is just really scary. I mean, we're here to look beautiful and fabulous and wear all these beautiful things and go out there and make people smile, and smile while I'm doing it as well. Any queen I've ever worked with or ever even know, there's been never an instance where they want to go out there during a show and hurt somebody or cause harm or do anything wrong. My mom never took me to a drag show, you know, and yet I found it, I discovered it on my own, and I fell in love with it, and I kind of came into it my own way. Parents don't have to expose their kids to everything that the kid wants to be exposed to either. I'm not a parent, and I'm not somebody here to tell a parent how to parent. If you ask me, am I safe to be around children? Absolutely. There's no harm coming from my show or what I do. Nobody's forcing you to watch a drag show. But in the same breath, nobody can force me not to do drag or not to be a performer. I grew up in a time where I had like older gay people tell me about the fights that they went through to get the recognition and the visibility and the rights that they have, that we have today. And I think I was a little spoiled. I think now we are being met with a very similar situation where we have to step up to the plate to say that drag is illegal to be in public. Well, if I want to put any of these dresses on and paint my face and walk down the street as an American citizen, I'm allowed to do that. And if you tell me I can't do that, that's complete infringement on my freedom, my liberty as an American in this country. Look, I'm not here to entertain kids. I'm not a clown. Let me put it that way. It's not going to make or break me if you say kids can't come to my show. If you don't want kids to come, then don't let them come. But at the same time, I do understand where there's really no reason why they shouldn't be allowed. There's nothing wrong going on. You know, I'm not validating there's an excuse. I know that they're making up all these crazy assumptions that drag queens are not good for kids or whatever, and I really don't care what they say. It's really sad because some kids did look up to me a lot and did love coming to my show, and they had a good time. They sat, they drank juice, they ate a French toast, and they watched me lip sync to Cher or Lady Gaga. Like, I really don't know what is so dangerous about that. Like,